This is Vargas, recording live from the Vargas Vault. Coming back at you with another segment in the collection pickup video, the most recent collection pickup video that I have to share with you guys. So, last video I posted, I shared all the extra stuff to the vault, both for my daughter and for the vault itself. Gonna get to the main course, which of course is video game soundtracks and movies, which if you follow my channel at all, you know that I can't get enough of movies, which fortunately is becoming a problem, but I'll deal with that as I go along. So video games, it's been a good while since I've picked up any video games, except maybe a month ago, a little bit more than a month, less than a month that I picked up some video games at a pawn shop, but at a flea market, I found a good old 64 game, and this is a big game that I was missing. This is the very first Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six, of course, is a tactical game series that started on computers, had a port on 64 and PlayStation 1, and I have a Rainbow Six collection going, but I was missing the first one, which I now own, so super happy about that. The second game in the series released for Dreamcast and PlayStation 1, and I'm missing that one. I don't own that one. And the other one I need is Rainbow Six Vegas 2 that came out for the PlayStation 3. So I would like to own a complete Rainbow Six series. It's a tactical, it's not like your Call of Duties. You can't just go around shooting people. It's more of a tactical shooter. You have to actually plan what you're doing, use strategy and stuff like that. But I like those type of games. You know, I like a good shootout, but I also like to actually plan my moves. Continuing with the video games and Nintendo specifically, I picked up finally a copy of Star Fox Zero. I've been hunting for this version in particular, because this is the boxed version that has Star Fox Zero and Star Fox Guard, which is basically a knockoff of Five Nights at Freddy, but with Star Fox character. But I don't care. It's Nintendo. It's awesome. I freaking love Star Fox. Was super hyped and happy when they announced that they were going to give us another entry of Star Fox on a Nintendo console with updated graphics and a new control style. And I've been wanting to get this copy of this game for a while, and I finally have it, and I'm super happy about that. Okay, on to some CDs. Right now, this particular artist is going through some really tough times because he has been linked with the cartels, so that pretty much has put a stop to his career. But my wife is a big fan of his. She likes his music. We actually went to see 2 of his concerts. So before he, you know, if all the allegations get dropped, he'll be okay. But if what they're saying is true, he's done. His career is done. So I wanted to get the CDs. I was going to do it anyway, but now's the time to get his CDs because, you know, if the allegations turn out to be true, these CDs are going to disappear. So I got for my wife a CD for Julián Álvarez y su norteño banda. This is called Corazón Mágico. My wife likes banda, and so I picked that up for her. Now this one, she did mention that she wanted to go to this concert for her birthday or our anniversary. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy tickets, so we didn't get to see it. But I have been hunting this CD down to at least give this to her. So I gave her this and this one actually as a anniversary present. And basically what this is a reunion tour for all the biggest pop bands, the Mexican pop bands that were big in the 90s. And this CD actually is a CD of the concert, a 2-disc CD of the concert, plus the DVD of said concert. So I gave this to my wife, and she was like super happy, which was the point. I wanted to make my wife happy for our anniversary. It has this thing. Yeah, it kind of bums me out that it's not a jewel case. I've never been a big fan of these CDs that are like cardboard and you have to pull the CDs out of a sleeve. I always fear that they're going to get scratched, but my wife really enjoyed this. It's basically, like I said, a reunion of all her favorite bands from the 90s. And they would sing their biggest hits, and then they would make like a fusion of one artist singing his song, but backed up by another band playing the same song. It's actually very cool. So super happy I was able to make my wife happy with that. I picked up the greatest hits of Johnny Cash, The Legend of Johnny Cash. This is a CD that came out around the same time that Walk the Line, which is the movie based on Johnny Cash's life. I'm gonna admit I've never been a mega huge fan of Johnny Cash, but I do like some of his songs, and this was the greatest hits, so it has my favorite songs of his in this. Of course, I really like Hurt, his cover of that song, and I love the song after watching the Logan trailer, and this one has that. So super happy to add some Cash to the music collection. I really dig this movie, and I really dig the soundtrack. So I picked up the soundtrack of Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams there on the cover. Still hurts that Robin Williams passed away the way he did. Such a loss of a good comedian. Actually, as I'm recording this, I just found out that Toby Hooper died. It's not been a good couple of years, but I really dig the soundtrack, and yeah, I saw this at the flea market, and I just had to buy it. I also saw this, and I was like, why not? It's there. So I picked up Adam Sandler, Stan and Julie's Kid. I have no idea. I haven't listened to this, if this is him doing stand-up or him singing. He doesn't have a bad voice. He sang in The Wedding Singer, and he did pretty good, in my opinion. So, yeah, and of course Adam Sandler is a mere husk of the comedian he was before. Other than Pixels, which I like because they were video games, he hasn't come out with any good, movies. But I saw this. It was cheap. I'll give it a shot. See if it's any good. Now this one, a lot of people can't believe that I don't like this movie. There are a bunch of stuff that I respect of the movie. It's well acted. It's well edited. The special effects that they use to put Tom Hanks into big historic events is cool. I respect that, but I don't know. The movie just never clicked with me. I've watched it a number of times, but I just can't get into Forrest Gump. But much like Good Morning Vietnam, I love the soundtrack, so I picked up the soundtrack for Forrest Gump. Now, I've seen this before, but it's always missing a disc, or the discs are all scratched, or it's missing the book, or the case is falling apart, and this is the most complete, almost mint version of this that I found ever. It has disc 1, the booklet, disc 2, mint, no scratches. Of course I had to pick this up. It's 32 American classics in 2 CDs. I super happy I found this complete, finally. Also, to continue with the soundtracks, and the last soundtrack that I picked up recently from Movie Freak Bazaar, I picked up the Tron Legacy soundtrack with a nice metallic shiny cover there. And the disc there. A lot of people didn't like the movie. I didn't like the fact that it was too dark. It was a lot of blacks in the background, but it has a very nice visual look, and I like the soundtrack, and that's because it was done by Daft Punk. I like Daft Punk. I actually need to get more Daft Punk in my collection. So I saw this at Movie Freak, and I was like, hell yeah, I need to get this. And I got it, and it's awesome. And lastly, for my wife, because I'm also, I want to get her a complete Michael Bublé collection. Bublé? Bubble? I don't know, I always have a problem with his name. I say Bublé. I picked up It's Time. She's missing now 2 of Michael Bublé's music. He's a good singer. I like his music. He's not that bad, and my wife really likes him, so got this for her. Now, like I said, I'm just missing 2 Michael Bublé soundtracks for her. Okay, on to some movies. Like I said, I'm going through a wrestling kick, and I've been meaning to get this, but I haven't gotten around to buying it until now. And this is WrestleMania 33. This is this year's WrestleMania. Got this at Walmart. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a slipcover. I'm a huge sucker for slipcovers. Doesn't have this one. I haven't opened it yet because I just got it. I collect WrestleManias. I collect wrestling DVDs in general, but especially WrestleManias because they're the big events of the year. All the storylines come together at WrestleMania, and everything pays off. And that's when, because it's like the Super Bowl of wrestling. That's when people have to do their best. And this one is important because it's the Undertaker's very last match. He already lost the streak against Lesnar, but this is his retirement match against Roman Reigns, basically passing along the torch to Roman Reigns. And it has a couple of nice matches. Some of the matches are kind of duds, but it also had the Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar match that everyone was hyped about. So yeah, this needed this because it's the Undertaker's very last match. And I have Ric Flair's last match against Shawn Michaels. I have Shawn Michaels' last match against The Undertaker, and now I have The Undertaker's last match. So, super happy I got that. Finally. Also, for Movie Freak Bazaar, I picked up Unforgiven, 2005, with John Cena defending the spinner belt against Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist. I want to get Kurt Angle's commemorative DVD set that they came out with, but the newer one, unfortunately, is going to suck because I'm sure it will not have the Chris Benoit fights, and those matches were freaking amazing. So I would love to get the Kurt Angle one, but this was a good event. It had a good card, and super happy to add any DVD, any wrestling DVD to the collection. Oddly enough, he also had, because I bought Unforgiven, and he had Unforgiven, the Clint Eastwood movie. Also been hunting for this movie for a while. I'm not a super huge fan of westerns, but I like western movies, and this one's a good western movie. So I've been hunting for this movie for a while. Every time Movie Freak Bazaar puts it up online, it always gets snatched up. This time I was lucky, and I got it, and super happy. The next one, Movie John actually posted on Facebook that he was watching this on VHS. I'm pretty sure I've never seen it. Maybe I have, but I don't remember it. So Movie Freak had it, and of course I had to buy it. And this is Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. It looks like my kind of movie. It's from the 80s, so right off the bat, I know I'm going to like it. But again, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it, but maybe I have and I just don't remember it. But looking forward to watching this. Next, I picked up Volume 2 of the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series. I'm a huge fan of the Turtles. I've followed the Turtles since the old 80s cartoon to the 90s, 2000s. Was it in the 90s or 2000s? I don't remember. But the newest one that came out on Fox, and this is the newest one. This is actually a pretty cool series. The 3D animation is hit or miss sometimes, but it pays a tribute to everything that came before. It has elements from the 80s cartoons. It has elements from the Fox cartoon, from the movies. It's a really, really well-written, cool Turtle series, and I really, really dig it a lot. This is Volume 2 of Season 1, so I need to get Volume 1 of Season 1. Also, finally added a copy of This Is the End. This is a freaking hilarious, at least it was funny to me. I laughed my ass off when I was watching it. Hilarious comedy with a lot of really funny people. And they're basically playing themselves, well, sort of like themselves, but during the apocalypse. And it's freaking funny. I freaking love this movie. And I've been trying to hunt down a copy. I don't know why it became so hard to find. But I found one, and I can't wait to see it again. I've seen this movie like 3 times already, and I really, really like this a lot. Also, I already own this movie, but I'm notorious for double dipping. I buy a single disc edition of a movie because I want to see the movie, I want to see it. But then I come across the special edition one that has the special features, and it might be unrated or uncut, and I buy it again. And I did that with Rambo. This is Rambo, the 2-disc special edition that has a buttload of special features that the single disc edition that I have does not have. And I'm a huge mark for special features. I love seeing how the movies are made and all the work that went into making a movie. So, hells yeah, I was going to pick up this 2-disc. Now, I know there's an uncut version of this. I don't know if this is the uncut version. I'll have to see it. But I might double dip again if the uncut version is different. Now, I'm trying to complete my James Bond collection, and Movie Freak Bazaar had a bunch of James Bond movies. Unfortunately, these appear to be part of a box set because the very, 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 very thin packaging on these. Now, this is your regular DVD case, and this is this thing. So it's like half of this thing. But these are the 2-disc collector's edition that have the movie and special features. And again, special feature guy. So I'll deal with the very, very pathetically thin case because I don't have the movies, and 2-disc special collector's edition with buttload of special features. Yeah, you had me at hello. But I picked up From Russia with Love. Really, really cool. Sean Connery movie. Diamonds Are Forever. Another Sean Connery movie. And Roger Moore, who was the James Bond that was active when I was growing up. So Roger Moore's my James Bond because I grew up watching Roger Moore. And yeah, this one's cool because it has it's Roger Moore's last movie, and it has Christopher Walken as the villain. So very cool. I'm missing Octopussy. I need Octopussy to complete my Roger Moore collection. I'm missing Never Say Never Again to complete my Sean Connery collection. And I need Spectre, the newest one, to complete my James Bond collection overall. So 3 more movies, and I'll have all the James Bond movies. Finally added Peewees Big Adventure to the collection. This is Tim Burton's first big theatrical movie that he directed. Of course, if you grew up in the 80s, you saw Pee-wee's Playhouse, so you're probably familiar with Pee-wee. This is a good movie. It's a very, very interesting mix between the dark aspects of Tim Burton and Pee-wee's zaniness. Of course, Tim Burton later went on to direct some way darker movies, but this is a nice middle point between both of them. Really, really fun movie. Movie moment that stands out for me is when he hitches a ride with that truck driver, and she's telling this really creepy story, and then she turns around and blah, bagul face. Really cool. Picked up because I want to complete my daughter's Disney collection. Picked up Oliver and Company. Not my favorite Disney movie. I would say that my least favorite Disney movie is the Aristocats, followed by this one. But again, I want to complete my daughter's Disney collection, or I want to complete a Disney collection for my daughter. I was missing this, and Movie Freak Bazaar had it, so I picked it up. Now I'm just missing The Great Mouse Detective. I am missing The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I am missing Big Hero 6 and Zootopia, and I'll have all the Disney movies for my daughter. For my wife, I picked up in a beautiful, shiny slipcover, Becoming Jane. My wife loves Jane Austen books. She loves the time period where Jane Austen books take place. She loves movies based on Jane Austen, and this is a movie based on the life of Jane Austen. Not one of her books, but her actual life. Starring Anne Hathaway and James McAvoy, and my wife really, really likes James McAvoy. And Anne Hathaway's pretty good. She's a pretty good actress. So, I've never seen this movie. My wife said she has, of course, but she says it's kind of sad. But I'm hoping we can sit down and watch that. And the last movie I picked up is Fatal Error. I don't remember seeing this one. Again, maybe I'll pop it in and realize that I have seen it. I just don't remember it. But this is a blind buy. Don't know anything about it except what it says on the back. And basically it says that a computer virus is hacking into people and killing them. And these two scientist people have to figure out a way to stop this virus before it goes worldwide and kills people. So, might be good. I don't know. So yeah, that was the collection pickup video. Lots of really neat stuff. I tend to recommend, when I remember to do it, because sometimes I do forget, to recommend the standout things, and there's a lot of standout things. I've gotten to the point where I'm missing just very few movies to complete my collection. So what I'm buying now is things that I know I'm going to like or that I need to complete the sets. So I'm going to recommend Peewees Big Adventure, because this is Tim Burton when he was good, not the Tim Burton that just doesn't care anymore. This is the end. Funny movie. Laughed my ass off with this movie. I just thought it was funny, and you don't have to be high to enjoy it. And Rambo. It was a good return to form for Sylvester Stallone. Slipped into Rambo. Seemed like really, really well. It has some amazing war scenes. Just, I love this movie. I actually heard that they're going to make a Creed 2, which would, I guess, make it a Rocky 8. But looking forward to that. So, I'm a Sylvester Stallone fan. His comedies aren't that good, but his other movies are solid, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, definitely recommend Rambo. Rambo. So yeah, that was this collection pickup video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Like always, if you can, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as Vargas Vault. You know, talk to me. I like talking about movies. I can talk about movies, wrestling, video games. I'm a very diverse guy. I collect a whole bunch of stuff, and so I have a lot of different things to talk about. But until I see you all again, this is Vargas in the Vargas Vault, thanking you all and signing out.